all 10, all 10 of the people who died at the Astro World Festival died of was it asphyxiation?
Yep, that's it.
And one of them had drugs in their body that may have
Only one
taken
of
their
them,
life.
yeah. Only
Yeah.
one of them was found to have some kind of drugs in their system. So
This does not look good for Travis.
does this change? Does this change your view on the situation at all now that the
No,
coroner's
it
report has come back?
doesn't. It does not. It doesn't. Bro, listen, listen. If
I'm
you have
listening.
if you have 10 kids, 10, they could range from 2 to 10 years old. You got 10 kids and you send them to my house. I'm going to have a hard time keeping an eye on 10 kids. I'll do my best, but I'm going to have a hard time. Talking about more than 50,000 people.
Right.
He bears some responsibility as far as maybe being more vocal. Stop. Shut the music down, anything, because that's what didn't happen immediately. But even that, you got to take that with a grain of salt because I just gave you an example of me watching 10 kids,
Right.
50,000. So you even got to take that with a grain of salt. But this does not change how I feel about him bearing the brunt of the no, come on. You got to be this is a tragedy and I feel for the parents, the friends, I really do. But you also have to be realistic. Put yourself in Travis's position. You couldn't do that. You would be right where he is right now. You know?
Listen, I'm not going to speak on that because I agree with everything that you said, and I've already spoken on it. What I do want to address, and what I want to touch on, is my fear of what concerts in the future are going to be like, or how they're going to be carried out, or how they're going to be operated from here on out, because the right now it's been like small little jokey things with, like, I don't even know if it's jokey things, but you see the concerts where artists are just checking in on the crowd a little bit more often, or they're pausing their shows to make sure people are good a little bit more often, or you see
Right.
venues putting out statements of security, stressing the security and how good the security will be at these shows now. So I'm worried that this, depending on how this turns out, right, with these lawsuits, and if they win and all that type of stuff, you know, my word out here, precedent. If this ends up where Travis Scott ends up having to pay some money or get sued, concerts are going to suck. It's going to be worse than the airport. They're gonna have X-ray scanners. It's gonna be ridiculous. And I feel like the experience, the excitement of going to concerts and going to shows has almost already been ruined just by this situation here. Not that people are gonna stop going to concerts for their favorite artists or anything like that. But now when they go, if something small happens, there's going to be two types of people with these situations. If something small happens, there's going to be the fans who are real fans, who are just, there for the experience and they had a bad time. But there's also going to be people, just as there's ambulance chaser lawyers, there's ambulance chaser fans who are going to start going to shows looking for ways to get injured to try to get them some money now.
Look,
That's what I'm worried about.
and you're 100% right. You're 100% right. I got two last points on this. First point is if you go skydiving, you're going to go skydiving for an adrenaline rush, for a good time. You might die. And you know that going in. When you go to a festival where there's drugs and X, Y, and Z, you're going for a good time. But you might die. If you're on something, you might die. Nobody goes skydiving with the intentions of dying. You know, you just might. Nobody goes to a festival, and I know it's a very far parallel there, but nobody goes to a festival, to a music show with the intention of dying. You don't do that. But
No, obviously not.
but you might. The point that I'm making is this is something that you got to take into consideration. And then the last point that I want to make. Comedy sucks. Comedy sucks now. Apart from Dave Chappelle, everyone is extremely PC. So comedy sucks. And why does comedy suck? Because of you guys, the fans. You made comedy suck. So to the point that my co-host was making about shows sucking with
The better guy.
with all sensitivity to the people who've passed away at the
Serious.
Astro Festival, shows are gonna suck. They're gonna suck, right? So, in other words, you get what you ask for. Viewing public, what are your thoughts here, man? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're gonna follow this one to the end. I want to make a one prediction here.
One prediction.
I seen Travis Scott's interview with Charlemagne. Travis Scott is way too cool, calm, and collected. He knows something we don't know, or maybe something we all know, which is celebrities aren't regular people. I don't think Travis Scott's going to even have to pay a penny. And then these families who are suffering, they're going to probably be left with, damn, we should have took the funeral costs.
Hey, listen, real quick, yes or no? Yes or no for you? Do you think the Charlemagne interview was a good idea for Travis Scott?
No.
Okay, we'll touch on it when we come back to this.